Welcome to your calm corner for building real speaking confidence.
Today, we are going to practice the brake pedal technique, the professional way to slow down a native speaker without feeling rude. Imagine it is 10:15 a.m. on your first day at a new job. Your new boss drops a pile of files on your desk. He speaks incredibly fast, saying, "Need this file by noon, copy the summary and email Sarah." He immediately turns to walk away. Your heart stops. You heard noon, but you did not catch what he said about Sarah.
I remember my first week at a marketing firm in London. I was so scared to look incompetent that I just nodded and smiled when my manager gave instructions. I spent 3 hours doing the wrong task because I was too afraid to ask him to slow down. It was humiliating when he came back and saw I had done it all wrong.
In this session, you will learn exactly how to stop that moment, take a breath, and get the clarity you need to do your job well.
Let's start by talking about that feeling of panic. It is the nodding trap.
Yes, the nodding trap. It is that instinct to just move your head up and down, even when your brain is completely confused. We do it because we want to be polite. We do it because we want to look smart.
Exactly. On your first day, you feel like you are under a microscope. You think, if I ask him to repeat himself, he will think my English is bad or that I am not qualified for this job. So you nod. You hope that you can figure it out later.
But that is the dangerous part. Figuring it out later is usually impossible. When you nod, you are making a contract. You are telling your boss, "I understand 100%, and I will deliver this perfectly."
And when you don't deliver, that is when you actually look unprofessional. Asking for clarification is not a weakness. It is a sign that you care about accuracy.
Today, we're going to replace that nod with 3 specific tools. We call them the brake pedal, the specific rewind, and the confirmation. These are tools designed to buy you time and clarity.
Let's look at the first moment. The boss has finished speaking and is turning his body away. This is the physical cue that the conversation is ending.
This is the most critical second. If you let him walk away, you have lost your chance. You need an emergency stop phrase.
But you cannot just yell stop or wait. That sounds too aggressive for a workplace, especially with a superior.
Right. We need a phrase that is polite but firm enough to stop their movement. The best phrase for this is, "Sorry, just a quick second."
Let's analyze that. You start with sorry.
In this context, sorry is not an apology. You are not saying, "I am sorry for existing." You are using sorry as a signal. It means, "Excuse me, I need to interrupt your exit."
It is a functional word, not an emotional one. And then you say, just a quick second.
This is very important psychology. By saying, "quick second," you are promising the boss that this will not take long. You are respecting their time. If you just say, "Can I ask a question?" they might worry it will be a long conversation.
Just a quick second sounds very low pressure. It makes the boss feel like, okay, I can spare 1 second.
Exactly. Let's practice this. I will play the busy boss. I will give you an instruction and try to leave. You use the phrase to stop me.
Okay, I am ready.
All right, Anna, I need these invoices sent before lunch. Thanks.
Sorry, just a quick second.
Perfect. You said it quickly and your voice went up a little at the end. It sounded friendly.
Let me try it again. I want to make sure I don't sound too quiet. If I whisper it, you might not hear me.
That is a good point. You have to project your voice because I am already walking away. Try it again. So send those out by noon, okay? Bye.
Sorry, just a quick second.
That worked. I stopped. Now, listeners, I want you to try this. I am going to give you a fast instruction and turn away. You have to say, "Sorry, just a quick second." Ready? Please update the spreadsheet and print it for the meeting. Did you say it? Did you stop me?
Let's try one more variation. Sometimes quick second might feel too informal depending on the company culture. Is there a slightly more formal version?
Yes, you can say, "Sorry, could you clarify something briefly?"
Could you clarify something briefly? That is nice. It uses the word clarify, which is a very professional word. It shows you want to be precise.
And again, the word briefly is doing the heavy lifting. It promises that we won't be here all day.
So step 1 is stopping them. You have used the brake pedal. Now they have turned back around and are looking at you. Now the pressure is really on.
This leads us to the second tool, the specific rewind.
This is where most people make a mistake. They say, "What?" or "I don't understand."
Or they say, "Can you repeat that?"
Why is "can you repeat that" a bad thing to say?
It is not bad, but it is inefficient. If you ask someone to repeat, they will usually say the exact same sentence at the exact same speed. If you didn't understand it the first time, you probably won't understand it the second time.
That is so true. Or they might speak to you like a child, which feels terrible.
The specific rewind is different. It shows the boss exactly what you understood and isolates the one thing you missed. It proves you were listening.
The formula is, you said action, but question.
Right. Let's go back to our first example. The boss said, "Need this filed by noon. Copy the summary and email Sarah."
Imagine I heard file by noon and email Sarah, but I missed the middle part about the summary.
Do not ask him to repeat the whole thing. Say this, "You said to email Sarah, but what should I copy?"
Ah, I see. I am anchoring the question to the part I understood. You said to email Sarah. This proves I speak English and I heard him. Then I ask specifically about the missing piece.
Exactly. It makes the boss do the work of only fixing the broken part of the sentence.
Let's try another one. Imagine the boss says, the meeting is in room B, but bring the red folder, not the blue one.
Okay. Imagine you heard room B, but you are confused about the colors.
I would say, you said room B, but which folder do you need?
Perfect. You are not asking about the room. You are only asking about the folder. This makes you look smart. You are just clarifying a detail.
What if I understood absolutely nothing? What if he spoke so fast it just sounded like noise?
That happens. It is honest. In that case, you can use the first part technique. You catch the very first word or topic. For example, you mentioned the monthly report. Could you go over that last part again?
So you are still framing it as if you missed a specific part, rather than missing the whole universe.
Yes, it saves face. It keeps your dignity intact.
I want to practice the specific rewind with our listeners. Mark, give us a complex instruction.
Okay, listeners, imagine I say, take the elevator to the 4th floor, ask for John, and give him this key.
Listeners, imagine you heard 4th floor and key, but you missed the name. How would you ask?
You would say, you said the 4th floor, but who should I ask for?
Let's try that again. Shadow me. You said the 4th floor, but who should I ask for?
Notice how Anna stresses the word who, but who should I ask for? That emphasis helps the listener know exactly what information you need.
Let's try another scenario. Mark, give us a deadline instruction.
We need the draft by Tuesday, but the final version isn't due until Friday.
Imagine you heard Tuesday, but missed what is due on Friday. Listeners, try to form the question.
You could say, you said the draft is for Tuesday, but when is the final version due?
Or even simpler, you said the draft is Tuesday, and the final version?
That is a great natural shortcut. And the final version? With a rising intonation. It invites the boss to fill in the blank.
This technique completely changes the energy of the interaction. You are not a confused student, you are a colleague double-checking the details.
Before we move to the next tool, I want to mention something about confidence. Using these specific questions requires a little bit of bravery. You have to be willing to interrupt the flow.
It does, but think about the alternative. The alternative is guessing, and guessing is dangerous in a job.
If you are enjoying this breakdown of workplace communication, we have many more episodes planned on how to handle meetings, telephone calls, and small talk. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss those upcoming lessons. We want to be your daily guide to speaking better.
Now, let's move to the third tool. This is my favorite one because it makes me feel the most secure. It is called the rephrase check.
The rephrase check is the ultimate confidence move. This is what you do after the boss has clarified, or if you think you understood but want to be 100% sure.
The structure is, so just to double check, followed by your summary of the task.
The phrase, just to double check, is magic. It signals that you are being thorough, not slow.
For example, the boss says something about the lunch order. Get 3 sandwiches, no mayo, and a salad for Mike.
You might think you heard it, but to be safe, you say, so just to double check, 3 sandwiches with no mayo and a salad for Mike?
It forces the other person to listen to their own instructions coming back to them. They will usually say, yes, exactly.
And hearing that yes, exactly gives you a massive boost of confidence. You can walk away knowing you were right.
What if I get it wrong? What if I say, so a salad for Mike, and the boss says, no, the salad is for Sarah?
Then you have just saved yourself from a disaster. That's a win. You caught the mistake before it happened. You should feel proud of that correction.
I used to feel stupid when I was corrected, but now I realize the correction is part of the work.
Let's practice the phrase, so just to double check.
Repeat after me. So just to double check.
So just to double check.
Now let's add a task. So just to double check, you need this by 3 p.m.?
So just to double check, you need this by 3 p.m.?
This is also a great way to slow down a fast speaker. If they are rattling off a list of 10 things, you can interrupt and say, sorry, just to double check, let's review those first 3 points.
That brings us to our final tool, This is a physical tool, not just a verbal one. We call it the Write It Down buffer.
This is something I wish I did on my first day. I tried to memorize everything.
Your brain cannot listen to a foreign language, translate it, process the instructions, and memorize the details all at the same time while you are nervous. It is cognitive overload.
The Write It Down buffer is simple. You carry a notebook and pen everywhere. When the boss starts speaking fast, you hold up the pen and say, "One moment, let me write this down."
This phrase does three things. First, it buys you silence. Most people will stop talking while you open your notebook.
Second, it shows you are serious. Lazy employees don't take notes. Good employees take notes.
And third, it takes the pressure off your memory. You only have to focus on listening, not holding the information in your head.
Let's practice the phrase. "One moment, let me write this down."
One moment, let me write this down.
You can also say, "I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Let me grab my pen."
That creates a very positive impression. It says, your instructions are important to me.
And once you have your pen ready, you can control the speed. You can say, "Okay, point number 1 was..."
And suddenly, you are leading the conversation. The boss has to wait for your pen to move. You have slowed the world down to your speed.
Let's put all these tools together into a full scenario. I will be the stressed employee, Mark. You be the fast boss.
Okay, I am coming over to your desk. I am in a rush. Anna, listen, the client is coming early. I need you to clean the conference room, order coffee for 5 people, black coffee only, and print the Q3 reports. Got it?
Sorry, just a quick second.
Stopping? Yeah? What is it?
I want to make sure I get this right. Let me write this down.
Okay, sure.
You said the client is coming early, you need the room cleaned, and what about the coffee?
Coffee for 5 people, black only.
Okay, and you mentioned the reports. Which reports specifically?
The Q3 reports.
Great, so just to double check, clean the conference room, 5 black coffees, and the Q3 reports.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, Anna.
That felt so much better than just nodding.
And look at what happened. The boss wasn't angry, he clarified the coffee, he confirmed the reports, and you got a yes, exactly at the end.
The difference is that I took control. I used the brake pedal, just a quick second. I used the buffer, let me write this down. I used the specific rewind, which reports. And I used the confirmation, just to double check.
And notice the time. It only took about 20 extra seconds. Those 20 seconds saved you hours of worry and mistakes.
Listeners, I want you to visualize yourself doing this. Picture your workspace. Picture your boss.
See yourself raising your hand slightly and saying, "Sorry, just a quick second."
Feel the relief of having your notebook open.
Hear yourself asking, "You said Tuesday, but what time?"
It is not about having perfect grammar. It is about having the courage to pause the chaotic world.
We have covered a lot today. We learned that nodding is a trap. We learned to stop the exit. We learned to anchor our questions to what we understood. And we learned to confirm everything.
It is a complete toolkit for your first week.
So here is our challenge for you. You do not need to wait for a job to practice this.
For the next 24 hours, try the specific rewind with anyone. It can be a friend, a partner, or a shop assistant.
If your friend says, "I'm going to the store to get milk and bread," do not just say, "Okay."
Practice saying, "You said milk, but what else are you getting?"
Get comfortable with the rhythm of that question. You said X, but what about Y?
The more you use it in low-pressure situations, the automatic it will become when the pressure is high.
Remember, your English journey is not just about vocabulary lists. It is about these moments of connection and control.
You are doing great. Taking the time to listen to this lesson proves that you are dedicated to improving.
Trust the process, use your brake pedal, and take your space in the conversation.
We will be here with you for the next step.
Until next time.
Goodbye.